Welcome, yogis. My name is Erin, and this is a 1 hour all levels vinyasa flow. And if you have one block or a thick book, that'll be helpful, and you can put that within reach. And then we'll start in a comfortable seat. That can be Sukhasana, legs crossed. Or if you're working on Ardha Padmasana, pulling one heel to the opposite hip crease. And always the option to sit up on the knees instead. We'll start today with arms extended forward, palms up, letting the hands relax on the knees or the lap. And then take a check-in with left and right sides of the body, beginning to root down equally through both sides. Take an inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you reach the fingers forward. And then close the eyes, close the mouth, and start to turn your focus to the breath. Beginning to inhale deeply through the nose and exhale deeply through the nose. Take a few rounds of breath like this, already lightly engaging abdominal muscles as you control the flow of air up and out. In my classes this week, I'm focusing on the theme of prana, which is Sanskrit for life force, life energy. We bring in prana every time we breathe. We also bring in prana through sunlight on the skin, through the eyes when we look at something, and all the food and beverages that we consume. So thinking about prana in the context of our physical yoga practice, we'll work to cultivate pranayama, yogic breath control, with each inhale bringing new prana into the body. And on the exhales, expelling the used prana up and out. When you're ready, cultivate Ujjayi Pranayama, yogic victory breath control. By constricting the back of the throat, start to hear an audible oceanic vibration through the breath. And then soften your Ujjayi Pranayama so that just you and someone right next to you could hear it. Take one more deep Ujjayi breath here. And then open the eyes, keep the breath moving as we prepare to move. With an inhale, reach the arms wide, palms forward, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. See if you could keep hands at shoulder height, taking a look to left and right. As you squeeze the shoulders, don't let the belly splay out, pull it in and up, reach the crown of the head high. Deep inhale here. Exhale, thread right arm under left. For eagle arms, backs of the forearms touch or maybe palms touch. Take an inhale, pull the elbows up and away from the shoulders. Exhale, tuck and round, press the hips back, elbows toward the belly. Inhale to rise, Garudasana. Exhale, crunch, pull the belly in. This time, inhale to rise up, and we'll hold here. Work the elbows a little further forward and away from the shoulders. And breathe deeply. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, reach the arms wide, walk the hands forward for a forward fold. Tent up on your fingertips, drawing chin to the chest. If the sits bones lifted off the mat, press them back and down. Breathing all the way from wrists to armpits to hip creases. Next, inhale, walk the hands in. And then if the legs are crossed, switch the cross of your legs. Taking Sukhasana or half lotus, the opposite side. Reground through left and right. With an inhale, reach both arms wide and hold here. Hands at shoulder height, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lightly press the chest forward. One more inhale. Exhale, left arm under right, back to eagle arms, Virasana. And then center your elbows in front of the chest. Start to work them forward and away from the shoulders. Maybe they even lift above shoulder height. Deep inhale, slight back bend, elbows up. Exhale, tuck and round, draw the chin to the chest. Inhale to rise tall. Exhale, tuck and round. This time, inhale to rise, and we'll hold here, actively drawing elbows up and away from shoulders. Maybe gaze turns slightly up. And breathe. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, send the arms wide and then release the arms. Find your block or your book if you have one. If you don't have one, you can take the same mechanics, just imagining you have a block. We'll hold the block forward the long way between the hands, thumbs on the side of the block toward your face. And then actively reach the arms forward as you draw the shoulders back into the sockets. Good. Keep your gaze straight forward. Start to strongly squeeze the palms to the blocks. Feel your biceps, triceps, and forearms engage. Next, inhale, lift the blocks up, but keep your gaze forward. Roll your shoulders back and down. Exhale, slow and steady. Push the block forward, arms parallel to the mat. Continuing these isometric motions on the breath. See how slowly you can move. Maybe arm muscles start to shake slightly. Each time you reach the arms forward, push the shoulders back into the sockets. This is a great way to prepare for the mechanics of down dog. Arms are reaching, but shoulder sockets are engaged. Take one more round this way on the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then the next time the arms reach forward, release the block. And roll over all the way onto hands and knees. You can slide your block aside for now. Coming to our first tabletop pose. We'll stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees here. Pointer fingers shining forward. And with an inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, arch the back, Virasana. Exhale, pull the belly in and up, tuck the chin, Uttanasana. Continuing here a few rounds of cow-cats on your breath. And finish up the round you're on. After your next exhale, we'll meet back in neutral tabletop, gaze at the top edge of your mat, rib cage pulling in and up, hips over knees. From here, take an inhale, send the right leg back, keep both hands planted, spread your right toes wide. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, cross the right leg to the left, tap the toes. Inhale, send the right leg back. Exhale, right leg to the right, tap the toes. Inhale, back through center, pull the belly up. Exhale, tap toes to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, tap your toes to the right, plant your right foot, walk your hands in. So you're coming to stand on that left knee, right leg extended out to the right. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, bend left, plant your left palm, and then reach the right arm up and over to the left. Shift your gaze to the left hand and start to hover the right leg any amount. Striving to bring that right foot parallel to the ground. Squeeze your right glute. Good. Next, inhale, plant the right foot, rise up, hands to the hips, and then walk your hands forward for a forward fold, but keep that right leg wide. Left hip over knee, and then bring forehead toward the mat. Maybe it touches here. And breathe, feeling length through both side bodies. Next, inhale, walk the hands in and come back to tabletop pose. Find your strong alignment, pull the rib cage in and up, flatten through the palms. Inhale, send the left leg back, spread your left toes wide. Exhale, cross left leg to the right, tap your toes. Inhale, left leg back, press the palms down. Exhale, tap toes to the left. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, toes to the right. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, toes to the left. Plant the left foot and walk your hands in. This time coming to stand on the right knee, sending that left leg wide, hands to the hips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend to the right, plant the right palm, send the left arm all the way over to the right. Shift your gaze to the right hand, and then start to lift the left leg up, striving to make a nice long line from left wrist to left ankle. And breathe. Make sure you're not holding the breath here. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the left foot, walk both hands forward, back to our forward fold. Keep that right hip over the knee. And then draw the shoulders down and back into the sockets. Let the face relax. Next, inhale, walk the hands in, come back to tabletop pose, and then tuck the toes, send the hips up and back for our first down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll take about 3 Ujjayi breaths here. Come back to noticing the breath. Pause after each inhale, and pause after each exhale. Flatten through the palms, pressing even through the center of the hands, and then energetically drive the heels closer to the mat. Next, inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, and we'll hold here, all 10 toes pressing to the mat. Buttocks is lifted, and as the lower back arches, pull the abdominal wall in and up. Shift your gaze forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, slide to the belly. Classical Cobra, keep the toes on the mat, but hover the palms and kneecaps. Pull the elbows and shoulders back and down, lift the rib cage up. Bhujangasana. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, press through knees or plank, back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Throughout our practice today, feel welcome to find down dog, child's pose, or any other resting shape as you need. Next, inhale, gaze forward, and begin to tiptoe as slowly as you can toward the hands. Keep the palms planted as long as you can. And we'll meet in a forward fold, Uttanasana, at the top of the mat. When you find your forward fold, catch the opposite elbows with the palms. Start to draw the weight to the toes and begin to sway left and right. Each inhale, crown of the head reaches down. And on the exhale, pull the belly up under the ribs, fold a little deeper. See how wide of a foundation you can create through the feet here. And the next time you rock through center, take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, release the arms, bend the knees, let the head and shoulders hang heavy. And with your next inhale, slowly roll up as you press the feet down. We'll meet standing tall in Uttanasana, mountain pose. Option for traditional feet, big toes together, heels apart. Whatever your feet alignment, start to engage the whole body from the feet to the top of the head. Pressing the feet down, lift the kneecaps up, tuck the tailbone under, and then reach the fingers toward the feet, inner elbows toward the hips. Soften your drishti, your gaze, preparing for classical Surya Namaskar on the breath. Inhale, palms to heart center. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach arms forward and up. Exhale, reach forward and fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale, lower right knee. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Lower knees as you need. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, elbows to rib cage. Inhale, slide forward, hover palms and kneecaps. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step up and fold. Inhale, reach arms forward and up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, fold. Left foot back. Inhale, lower left knee. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale for plank. Push the heels back. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step up, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold. Right foot back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, forward to plank. Phalakasana. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, forward to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, step up and fold. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, heart center, last side. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold. Left foot back. Inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, Phalakasana. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, step up and fold. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale to heart and release the arms. Come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Check back in with your feet, either big toes together, heels apart, or feet hips distance apart. Find that full body engagement. And then close the eyes, take 2 slow rounds of Ujjayi Pranayama. Keeping eyes closed or gaze soft, we'll try Brahmadi breath, sometimes called bumblebee breath in English. Bring the first fingers toward the place on the ears where the cartilage meets the jaw. We'll be inhaling through the nose, and on the exhale, closing off sound to the ear and humming at any vibration. We'll take a few rounds, so I invite you to explore different pitches with your humming. When you're ready, deep inhale. At the bottom of your next exhale, release the arms. Let go of Brahmadi breath and come back to your Ujjayi Pranayama. Adding on here, inhale, arms out and up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step to plank. Set up your strong plank alignment first. Knees can be lifted or lowered. Next, inhale, push forward on the toes. Exhale, lower to the belly. Hug the elbows to the rib cage. Untuck your toes. Inhale, modern cobra. Keep the hips on the mat. Exhale, press through plank. Back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. From down dog, inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, crunch. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, gaze to the left. Once more, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, step through for warrior 2. Rotate your back foot. And with an inhale, rise, reach both arms wide. Exhale, deep bend in the right knee. Striving for a long line here between your front heel and the back arch of your foot. Gaze over the right middle finger. To go deeper, slide your right foot forward, bringing that front thigh more parallel to the mat. And then take a look. If your right shoulder pulled forward of the right hip, pull it back. Torso is nice and tall over the hips here. Virasana 2. Next, inhale, reach the arms wide. Exhale, thread left arm under right. Eagle arms, either forearms or palms coming to touch. And then shift your elbows back toward the right. Gaze to the right. Pull your elbows up and away from the shoulders. Inhale, slight back bend. Reach the elbows high. Exhale, crunch, elbows to front knee. Inhale, rise up. Keep the bend in the right knee. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, send the arms wide, back to warrior 2. Next, inhale, straighten the front leg, walk your back foot slightly closer in. Inhale, send your hips to the left, reach to the right. And then bend for Triconasana, triangle pose. Starting by stacking left shoulder over right. You can bring your block under the right hand here, or reach your fingers down for more intensity. And then either stay right here or move toward Trikonasana wrap, left arm behind the back, left fingers to your outer right hip. Either way, draw your chin closer to the chest, flattening through the back side. And breathe into this twist. Next, inhale, reach the left arm high. Exhale, stand all the way up, arms wide. Inhale, bend the front knee, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands and step it back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press firmly through the palms. Inhale forward to plank, and then lower chaturanga or to the belly. Find Cobra or up dog if you're ready. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Next, inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, crunch. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Once more, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, step through for Virasana 2. Inhale, sweep the arms wide. Exhale, gaze to the left. Pull both hips back in space. Make sure you can see your left big toe inside the knee. And then as you reach through the arms, check that front shoulder didn't pull forward of the hip. If so, pull it back, stacking shoulders right over hips. Good. And breathe. To go a bit deeper, maybe slide that front foot forward, bringing your left thigh more parallel to the mat. Deep inhale here. Exhale, thread right arm under left. Garudasana arms. Lift your elbows up and away from the shoulders. Shift your elbows to the left. Inhale for a back bend. Reach the elbows up. Exhale, crunch elbows toward the left knee. Inhale to rise. Keep the bend in the knee. Exhale, crunch. This time, inhale to rise. Exhale, send the arms wide. Inhale, straighten the front leg and walk your back foot slightly closer in. Next, inhale, send the hips to the right, reach to the left, and then bend for Triconasana. Send your right fingers high, first stacking right shoulder over left as you tuck the tailbone under. Gaze up, we'll challenge your balance here. And then option to move toward the wrap, right arm behind the back, right fingers toward the left inner thigh. If you find that wrap, pull the right shoulder further back, and then keep pressing through the inner edge of your front foot. Next, inhale, send the right arm high. Exhale, stand all the way up. Bring your hands to the hips, and then come to face the long edge of your mat. Big toes slightly in here, so the outer edges of the feet are parallel. We're moving toward a fold. Two options for the arms. Either interlace the hands behind your back, or if you have reverse prayer, bringing palms together between the shoulder blades and pulling the elbows back first. Choose your arm shape here. Take an inhale, chest up, elbows back. Exhale, hinge forward first, and then fold. If you have the hands clasped, draw the heels of the hands together as you lift the tops of shoulders up from the ears. And if you have reverse prayer, lift the front of your shoulders away from the mat, squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows back. Either way, back of the neck fully relaxes here. Good. Start to draw the weight to all 10 toes. Prasarita Uttanasana variations. Next, inhale, half lift. And with the exhale, send the hands toward the mat. Inhale, half lift once more. Exhale, bend the right knee, turn the right toes to the right. Pop up on your left heel for Skandasana, sitting hips back toward the right. And then see if you can plant that right foot down, left toes flex to the sky. Option to bring palms to heart center here. Whatever you choose for your hands, use your inhales to lengthen the spine, create space between the vertebrae. And on the exhales, sit the hips further back to the right. Option to try moving to the left, keeping palms at heart center. Either way, inhale through center, plant the left foot. Exhale, bend the left knee, pop up on the right heel. Right toes flex to the sky. Maybe palms to heart center or down at the mat. You can use that left elbow to open the left hip back. And then lift the chest and gaze forward and up. Skandasana. Next, inhale, come through center. Exhale, walk the hands forward off your mat for wide down dog. And we're moving toward frog pose here, Virasana. From your wide down dog, take an inhale, pull the chest forward toward the hands, bend the knees, turn the left toes out to the left, right toes to the right, lower to the inner edges of your shins, and then see if you can keep your legs at 90-degree angles, heels behind knees. Either stay upright here or maybe lower to the forearms. Most of us have a tendency to pull the hips forward, reducing the stretch here in the inner thighs. So keep pushing your hips back in space. Find that sweet spot. Maybe slide your knees a little further apart on the mat. If you have the space while pushing the hips back, you can try reaching arms forward, lowering all the way to the chest, bringing forehead toward the ground. And breathe. Virasana. Each exhale, maybe knees slide just a bit further apart as the inner legs open. Notice if the lower back wants to collapse here. See if you can pull up behind the navel, just like tabletop, drawing the rib cage in and up. And we'll move out gently. If you lowered to forearms, begin to press yourself up to the palms. And then start to walk the hands toward the mat. We'll come back to our wide-legged fold, planting through both feet. And eventually releasing the head and arms forward and down. Take an inhale, half lift, Ardha Prasarita. Exhale, fold, and then walk your hands back. See if you can get tops of fingers in line with tops of toes. Option for headstand here, Shalampa Shirshasana, or headstand prep. If you're working toward headstand, find your chaturanga arms, 90-degree angles with the arms. Draw your elbows together and press through the palms. Maybe crown of the head comes to the mat, making a triangle between the very top of your head and both palms. Option to try bringing one leg to the back of one tricep, maybe bringing both legs, maybe drawing these together into an egg shape. as you send both legs straight up. If you do invert fully, keep your leg muscles active. Press the balls and heels of the feet to the sky. Nice variations. Really use your exhales to engage those bandhas, deep energy locks behind the navel and perineum. If you did invert, begin to move back toward your wide-legged fold. No rush. Gently rock the neck left and right. Let that go. Take an inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat. Frame your front foot and step it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. From down dog, inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga or to the belly and move through your flow. Remembering you can always find rest or add extra push-ups. Eventually meet me back in your long down dog. Energetically sending heels to the mat, straightening through the arms. Take 3 long Ujjayi breaths here. Hold an active pause after each inhale, active pause after each exhale. With your next inhale, turn the gaze forward and step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, fingers to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms out and up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the hips. And then turn your toes out, heels slightly in. Bring your feet wider than hips distance apart. We're moving toward Malasana or yogi squat, but we'll take a few rounds moving up and down. First, grounding through the feet and bring palms to heart center. Feel the hips actively open back, squeeze the glutes together. Next, inhale, come up on the toes, any amount. Exhale, lower on the toes, send the hips wide toward the ground. Inhale, stand up, maybe still on the toes here. Exhale, lower, good. Once more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, slowly lower, this time planting the heels if you can. Working elbows inside the inner thighs. If heels are really far off the mat, you can slide a prop under the heels. Always the option to bring the palms toward the mat. And then just like in chair pose, use your inhales to reach the crown of the head up, lengthening the spine. Use your exhales to push the hips back in space. And you can stay right here. Option to try the arm wrap. With an inhale, sweep the right arm forward, left arm up. Exhale, left arm behind the back, right arm back behind the right leg. And then maybe fingers come to touch. Otherwise, see if you can catch areas of your clothing with the hands. And then keeping the pressure through both feet, pull the left shoulder back, shift your gaze up to the left. Malasana twist. Next, inhale, left arm up, right arm forward. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, left arm forward, right arm high. Exhale, right hand behind the back, left arm up behind the left leg. And then take notice of any difference side to side, just to give you some insight to your shoulder opening. No good or bad, just noticing. If you found that wrap, pull the right shoulder back, but make sure you keep pressing through the right foot. Next, inhale, right arm high, left arm forward. Exhale, walk both hands forward. And then press yourself to the hands, coming all the way to sit on the heels, sliding both hands underneath the kneecaps here. We'll take a wrist stretch. See if you can get that point of your kneecaps right into the palms of your hand. And then just gently rock forward and back, massaging the backs of the wrists as you reconnect to your Ujjayi Pranayama. Good. We'll stay in this same shape. Slide the hands out from underneath you and come to sit on the heels. If you have knee injuries or knee pain, you can also slide a block at any height under the sacrum here. We're moving toward Virasana, hero's pose. Whether you're on a block or not, shift your buttocks up so you can slide your calf muscles outside your thighs. And either sit back on the block or sit all the way back between the legs. Keep the feet drawn into the outer hips here and take a look back. Sometimes our toes want to turn in or out. See if you can get your toes pointing straight back. Good, and stack shoulders over hips. And then take notice here of your legs. If your knees are splaying apart or inner thighs are opening out, you've probably hit your edge here in Virasana. If your legs are drawn together, inner thighs are still in contact with the mat, you can go deeper, bringing hands behind the body, fingers pointed toward your body. Start by pressing the palms down, lifting the sternum up for a back bend. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. You can stay here. To go deeper, lift the buttocks enough that you can tuck the tailbone under, push the pelvis up, keep drawing legs together, maybe lowering to the forearms, walking your fingers toward the toes and feet. Resist the urge to turn the neck left and right. To go deeper, keep tucking the tailbone under, avoiding a back bend, maybe lowering all the way to the back, arms alongside the body. You'll know you've hit your edge if knees start to open away from one another and if the inner thighs lift up from the mat. A couple rounds of breath wherever you're at. It's a really nice quad stretch if you do a lot of cycling or running. Take one more full Ujjayi breath. And then if you lower and walk yourself straight up, we'll bring both hands in front of the body, coming onto the knees, and then crisscross your ankles back and forth. Option to massage the wrists this way, rocking left and right as well. Take one more inhale here. And on the exhale, slide the legs to one side, lower all the way to a seat on the mat, and send both legs straight forward. Once more, find your block or your thick book if you have one. Draw inner legs, inner feet together. And then we'll reach the arms forward, squeezing the block the long way between the hands, same shape as before. Once more, as you reach the arms forward, pull the shoulders back into the sockets, pull the belly in and up. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Keep your gaze forward. Exhale, squeeze the block, push the arms forward and down. On the breath, inhale, lift the block up, engage in the arms. Exhale, arms through center, gaze soft. Once more, inhale, reach the arms high. This time, begin to fold forward, keep squeezing the block, lengthen the spine. Eventually, either bringing block behind the feet or letting the block go for our forward fold. Uttanasana. If you're using the arms to reach further forward, pull the shoulders back and down. And then let the whole back of the neck release. Come back to your pranayama. Each inhale bringing fresh prana into the lungs and body. And on the exhales, expel any used prana up and out. With your next inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, release the arms and lower all the way to the back. Find that block once more. Bring it within arm's reach. And then when you find the whole back body on the mat, send the legs toward the sky, feet straight up. You can also take a micro bend in the knees here for less intensity. Otherwise, push your heels back so ankles are on top of hips. And then grab your blocks in the hands, same shape, pressing the outer edges of the block. This time, pull the lower back to the mat, pull the shoulder blades toward the mat as you reach the arms up. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, straighten the right leg down. Bring the block in the left hand, thread it behind your left leg. Inhale, reach the right leg up, both hands lift up. Exhale, left leg down, thread the block behind the right leg. Inhale, legs and arms reach, and continue on your breath, lowering one leg as you thread the block behind the other leg. Slower you go, the more strength you'll build. Notice if the lower back is lifting off the mat. See if you can engage the belly muscles just a bit more. You're welcome to stop at any point if you've had enough. Otherwise, we'll take a few more rounds each side. Each time you lower one leg, see how close you can get that heel toward the ground. Nice, beautiful fluid movements. We'll take one more round left and right side if you like. When you finish up those sides, we'll meet back, arms and legs reaching high, squeezing the block once more, kind of like a little bug on your back here. Good. Next, inhale, lift the head and shoulders off the mat, reach the block toward the feet. Maybe it touches, maybe not. We'll hold here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release the whole body to the mat. Let the block go. You can set the block aside for the rest of our practice. Extend the legs long, extend the arms wide, palms up, and come back to your rhythmic ujjayi. 2 long, slow inhales through the nose, starting to use your ujjayi pranayama to relax the muscular body and quiet the mind. Next, inhale, draw both knees into the chest, and then send the arms wide in a T. We're heading toward a twist. We took eagle arms at the beginning of our practice. Option for eagle legs here, crossing right leg over left. Maybe right toes tucked behind the left calf. Whichever leg shape you choose. Deep inhale, draw the knees in toward the chest. And on the exhale, knees up and then over to the left. Let the right shoulder blades stay in contact with the mat. And you can also slide a block under between your knees here. Shift your gaze to the right hand. And then soften your drishti, or maybe close your eyes altogether. In your mind's eye here, follow the passageway of your breath once more. Noticing if your breath has a certain color, shape, or feeling. Using the breath to become very present on your mat. Jatari Uttanasana, reclined spinal twist. Next, inhale, draw both knees into the chest, roll to the back, and uncross the legs if they were crossed, hug the knees in. Option for Garudasana legs, this time crossing left leg over right, maybe left toes tucked behind the right calf. Keep your palms down here if that feels okay to let the shoulder blades relax. Deep inhale, draw the knees in. Exhale, knees up and then over to the right. Left shoulder blade releases to the earth. And shift your gaze toward the left hand. Once more, option for a block under or between the knees here, especially if you're holding any tension in the hips. And breathe. Inhaling through the nose, slight pause. Exhaling through the nose, slight pause. See if you can add 1 or 2 extra counts to each inhale and exhale, finding your longest pace of breath today. Next, inhale, draw the knees in, uncross the legs, and make your way to Happy Baby, Ananda Malasana, catching outside the feet or legs. And then see if you can stack your ankles right on top of the knees here. We tend to push our feet forward in space. See how far back you can pull them, and just notice how that changes the stretch. Lower back pressing toward the mat. Outer hips pressing toward the mat. Option to rock and roll left to right, straightening through the legs. We're making our way toward Shavasana, our final resting shape. If there's another asana posture you need here, I'll leave space for that, yogi's choice. If you're ready for Shavasana, you're welcome to recline all the way to the back and find any clothing or props you'd like to be comfortable or warm. If you're feeling any tension, fatigue in the lower back, you can slide a thick prop underneath the knees, helping the lumbar spine to release. You can always slide a prop over the hips, adding a little extra weight to gravity. If you haven't already, begin to release the whole back body toward the mat. Palms up, feet splaying out as they do. We'll take one more breath exercise. I'll start us off with a count of 3 per inhale and 3 per exhale. And then eventually you'll continue on your own breath. Once more, visualize your breath in your mind. And preparing to inhale for 1, 2, 3, and pause. Exhaling 3, 2, 1, and pause. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, and pause. Exhaling 3, 2, 1, and continue on your breath. A few rounds like this. At the bottom of your next exhale, release that constriction in the back of your throat and let go of pranayama, breath control, all together. Keep the mouth closed. Hold on to any sensation of quiet, stillness, or ease. Nowhere else to be, no more effort to make. We can think of Shavasana like sleep at the end of the day. That resting shape that allows us to integrate our practice, mind, body, spirit, and to make unconscious meaning of our practice in our mind's eye. Simply prepare to lie here in quiet and stillness. Shavasana, corpse pose. Keeping the mouth closed, take a long, slow inhale through the nose, and then open the mouth, sigh it out. Use the breath to come back to the physical self as you begin to find tiny movements in the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Gently awaken the neck, rolling it back and forth, up and down. You're always welcome to stay in relative stillness. When you're ready, move toward a full body stretch, interlacing hands overhead and reaching from hands to feet. In your own time, draw both knees into the chest and roll to the right side, allowing a few deep breaths here before bringing head above heart. When you feel ready to rise, we'll meet as we began our practice, sitting tall, eyes closed or gaze soft. Maybe feeling a bit more ease in the hips and the spine as you come to your comfortable seat. Grounding down equally through left and right sides. And reach the crown of the head toward the sky. And then extend both arms forward, palms up. Let the hands relax. And we'll bring thumb and first fingers together. Jnana Mudra. A mudra or hand shape of discernment, inner awareness, self-knowledge. The light within me honors and respects the light within each of you. Thank you. Mil gracias. Namaste. Thank you all for joining, whether you join live or you're taking this later on your own time. And if you'd like to support donation-based yoga, you can donate through PayPal and Venmo, any amount that works for you, to Freelancer PhD, FreeLancer PhD. And Gatita thanks you too for a relaxing Shavasana. She's sound asleep. I'll end the recording here, but happy to chat afterwards if you join live, and hope to practice with you again soon.